afternoon, the midday news. I am Babatunde Fanopo. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has warned that obstructing security under President Bola Tinubu's administration will not be tolerated. He said this at the Comptroller General of Customs Conference in Abuja, emphasizing the president's determination to eliminate bandits, terrorists, and other security threats. According to Ribadu, the government's high-level strategies had led to the killing of hundreds of bandits daily, forcing many to flee to Chad, which has prompted the Chadian president to declare war on them. They further cited the improved security situation in the Niger Delta region and a significant increase in crude oil production, which had reached 1.8 million barrels per day. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Gas Marketing Limited, a subsidiary of the NNPCL, has executed a gas sale and purchase agreement with the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, Lagos. The agreement signed by the Managing Director of NGML, Justin Iziala, and the President Chief Executive Officer of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, at the corporate head office of Dangote in Faloma, Lagos, outlined the supply of natural gas for power generation and feedstock at the refinery. This major milestone is in line with President Bola Tinubu's policy of utilizing Nigeria's abundant gas resources towards revamping the nation's industrial growth and kickstarting its economic prosperity. According to the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, Femi Shoneye, NGML will supply 100 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, and the rest 50 MMSCF/D interruptible natural gas would be supplied to the refinery for an initial period of 10 years, with options for renewal and growth. Back to Osun State. Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has charged the State House of Assembly to scrutinize the year 2025 appropriation bill thoroughly in the overall interest of the state. The state governor gave the charge at the presentation of the year 2025 appropriation bill tagged Budget of Sustainable Growth and Transformation to the State House of Assembly. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has more.
The Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, presented the 2025 appropriation bill to the Osun House of Assembly, marking a pivotal moment in the state financial roadmap. The proposed budget, totaling 390 billion, 20,277,740 naira, aims to sustain ongoing developmental projects while prioritizing economic stability and social welfare. Addressing the House, Governor Adeleke expressed appreciation for the continued support from the people of Osun State and the state legislature, underscoring the significance of the proposed budget as the 34th annual fiscal plan since the state creation, in compliance with the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution. According to the governor, the budget being divided into capital and recurrent expenditures allocate 144.23 billion naira to capital projects, focusing on infrastructure, health, and education, while 245.80 billion is a mark for recurrent expenses, including personal costs and pensions. Governor Adeleke further highlighted that despite significant achievements in 2024, the new fiscal year will emphasize prudent financial management without reliance on external loans, reinforcing the state commitment to financial sustainability.
It is my pleasure and privilege to be here once again to present the 2025 appropriation bill of Osun State today, Wednesday, 13th November 2024. The budget is named Budget of Sustainable Growth and Transformation. Right Honorable Speaker and members of Osun House of Assembly, the proposed budget I am presenting today is set against the backdrop of past and current years.
In his response, the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedu, commended the governor for a strategic vision and adherence to fiscal responsibility. The Speaker noted that the comprehensive approach of the budget aligns with the aspiration of the people and the legislative agenda of the House. Present at the budget presentation were the Deputy Governor, Prince Kola Adewusi, Secretary to the Osun State Government, Alhaji Teslim Igbalaye, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Alhaji Kazim Akinleye, Head of Service, Mr. Anyoleye Aino, and other members of the State Executive Council, Chief Judge of the Osun State High Court, Justice Adepele Ojo, and the Osun People's Democratic Party Chairman, Honorable Sunday BC, and heads of parastatals and agencies, among others. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
Meanwhile, the Osun State government has reiterated its commitment to ensuring the implementation of people-centered policies based on citizens-driven budget. The Commissioner for Economic Planning, Budget and Development, Professor Ademola Adeleke, reiterated these at the Citizens Consultative Forum for the year 2025 proposed budget. Oluchi Amuda now brings the details.
Citizens Consultative Forum for the year 2025 proposed budget, organized by the Osun State Government through the Ministry of Economic Planning, Budget and Development, provided an avenue for the state government to inform the public about the performance of the 2024 budget, the projection of the government in the 2025 budget, and to get the input of citizens on their expectations for next year's budget. The gathering was made up of stakeholders from different strata, including traditional rulers, religious leaders, civil society groups, non-governmental organizations, market men and women, and artisans, among others from all the local government areas across the state, who brought the attention of the government to the critical needs in their various communities. In his address of welcome, the Commissioner for Economic Planning, Budget and Development, Professor Ademola Adeleke, stated that the motive behind the gathering was to feel the pulse of the citizens and listen to them to know their needs, so as to include those needs in next year's budget.
What we are doing basically here is to take the input from the people of the state that will form the basis of the 2025 budget. Yeah, when we take the input, what we do is to go and discuss with my governor that this is what the good people of Osun State want to be the basis of the year 2025 budget. And then we look at those requests and see how we factor them into the various MDAs that will implement those programs and projects being asked for by the people of the state.
In their goodwill messages, the Lende of Ekonde, Oba Abdul Wahid Adekule, and the chairman of the Community Development Council, CDC, Alhaji Agbajelola Salam, described the consultative forum as a laudable initiative that would help in strengthening the democratic process and give the masses the power to make informed decisions on the plans of the government and contribute to the budgetary process. One of the participants, Comrade Michael Ebofi, who spoke with OSBC News, commended the Osun State government for making the interests of the people the center of government policies. He noted that citizens' budget engagement is important as it gives everyone a sense of belonging and inclusivity.
The exercise is beneficial because it makes me, as a resident in Osun, to know that I have been carried along in government projections. So if I've not been included now, like we have kings, we have market women, we have different artisans, we have different people, different set of people inside the hall. They are to discuss and really see how we are moving the state forward.
The event featured a presentation on the performance of the 2024 budget by the director from the ministry, Mr. Bukola Adeshina, who informed the public about the performance in different sectors ranging from health, education, agriculture, solid mineral development, infrastructure, tourism, commerce and industry, among others. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has announced the deployment of DIG Sylvester Abiodun Alabi as the coordinating officer for the Ondo governorship election, tasked with overseeing police security strategies to maintain law and order throughout the electoral period. DIG Alabi will be supported by AIG Bernard Igwe and CP Tunji Disu, assigned as AIG and CP elections, respectively. According to a statement from the force headquarters, these deployments are part of comprehensive security measures aimed at ensuring a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process during the Ondo off-season gubernatorial election scheduled for this Saturday. The Nigeria Police Force urges citizens to report suspicious activities that could compromise the election's integrity and reiterate its commitment to a safe and democratic electoral environment. 24 hours after his swearing in, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved the dissolution of the executive of all boards, agencies, and parastatals in the state public service with immediate effect. The directive, which affected all permanent secretaries appointed outside the civil service, also ordered contractors in the state to return to sites, asking them to immediately fix all failed portions within Benin metropolis. In the same vein, he ordered the immediate and indefinite suspension of the collection of all revenues in the state, especially in motor parks, until further notice. In a statement by his chief press secretary, Fred Itwa, the governor ordered all affected appointees to hand over all government property in their possession to the most senior public officers in their respective ministries, departments, and agencies. And on to sports. After 3 wins out of their earlier 4 games, the only draw being the match day 2 session with Rwanda in Kigali, the Super Eagles are riding high with 10 points, 4 more than second-placed Benin Republic, who suffered a glitch in Kigali in the last round of games. A win virtually guarantees Nigeria's leadership of the group going into the final day thousands. With England-based centre-back Semi Ajayi absent as a result of injury, coach Augustine Iguavan is most likely to start with the rear guard that squared up to the Mediterranean Knights of Libya in Uyo last month, meaning Captain William Ekong and Calvin Bassey at centre-back, with wing-backs Olaolu Aina and Bruno Oyemaichi. On the other hand, the Cheetahs, with 6 points, cannot afford any more slip-ups following the tumble in Kigali, as they could still be tossed if they lose their last 2 games. Meanwhile, Rwanda on 5 and a minimum of 2 points in their own final 2, and Libya with only 1 point. And on the foreign scene, Israeli authorities have caused massive and deliberate forced displacement of Palestinians in Gaza in what amounts to a war crime. Israeli forced evacuation orders and statements by senior Israeli officials to show that authorities in Israel are deliberately and permanently making returning to large areas of Gaza effectively impossible for the Palestinian population. Israeli forces have destroyed the majority of Gaza's water, sanitation, communications, energy, and transport infrastructure, as well as its schools and hospitals, and systematically razed orchards, fields, and greenhouses. Author Nadia Hardman told journalists in a news conference that so many civilian infrastructure had been destroyed and so much of Gaza had been rendered inhabitable. Meanwhile, a satellite image shows an area the Israeli military have completely razed to cut the Gaza Strip in two and has called the Netzarim Corridor. And with that report from the foreign scene, we've come to the end of the midday news on OSBC TV. Join us at 3 for the state news. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.